And of course, the funeral will also take place today, Thursday, at 2 p.m. at Our Lady Queen of Angels Catholic Church. A person well known, the whole family is well known, and I'm speaking of Gloria Latchley Carrier. You didn't exactly remember her.
I didn't recognize the name at first.
But then when I mentioned about the cookbook, on several of our shows, we attempted to help their sale of the cookbook that she co-authored with her sisters.
Latch Up a Good Meal.
Latch Up a Good Meal. How about that? And of course, I know her husband very well. He goes by T-Boy. That's if you go by, you ask about Leroy, you probably won't get too much. But you say T-Boy Carrier and everybody. So to that family, our deepest, a very young lady, 62 years of age. I had heard she was in failing health. A few days ago, I spoke briefly of the death of Mr. Charles Bourdillon, R.V. Charles Bourdillon, and that was his father's name, Mr. R.V. He's the one that had founded the Chevrolet division of Bourdillon Chevrolet, his father. And of course, Charles was age 93, lived to be a rather older person in our community. And I got a nice telephone call from Mary Ann Abdallah, and she mentioned that Mr. R.V. had started the Chevrolet, and I have some notes. And
welcome back, KSLO.
And I don't have the notes that she gave me, but she gave me the Martin, I think it was Martin Bourdillon that had started the Bourdillon Ford, and then the Etzel was another Mr. Jose Bourdillon had started the Etzel dealership. So they were
the Ford, Chevy, and Etzel.
That's correct. And of course they kept going, and just recently Richard Bourdillon and his family, the heirs there, have sold to one of our good sponsors of the program, and we tape most of their ads that you see on all their television buys that they make throughout the area, and that's Sterling Motors. Robert Cook, the general manager, and Mr. Art LeBlanc, the owner.
I think the last Opelousas family left in the auto business now is the Corville family. I guess at A.B. Jr. and the whole family there.
And the family there, that's correct. That's it's dwindling down. I guess one of the first ones to go would have been the Etzel, and then the Studebaker many years ago, the Glasscock family.
And we had the Daly family with the Dodge.
The Dodge, right about the same time probably. And then
the Royce. I mean, we're talking about the Corvilles. My goodness, the Royce with Chevrolet and all that.
They started.
I'm going down the interstate looking at all the places, but
I think they started either 34 or 36.
And they still got all the boys still working there. So
yes, so they're going to be
there a while.
Around for a while. Mr. Glazer, who had a hand in Mr. Coffee creation, all of us that drink coffee have at one time or another used Mr. Coffee drip coffee maker. He died at age 89. And another, the person who started the bagel firm, he has died. Mr. Murray Linda died, and a person well known in our area, and of course extremely well known in the Vols Parish area, is Mr. Don Pat Descant, who died, and he was 63 years old, lived in Bunkie, well known throughout all of this area. At one time, his daddy, Mr. M.D. Descant, had bought some property from Cody and I out on the Compress Road, where the Bernard family have that big
pallet plant, behind the pallet plant.
That's correct. And so Don Pat was well known, and I have a little story real quick. Jimmy Ballara and his family went to visit with the family on Friday night, this past Friday night. It took them an hour and a half from the time they arrived to get to the front where the casket was and speak to the family members that they knew.
Just if every employee would have gone over the years. I mean, just think all the people that have worked with the Descant family, all these projects all over the South.
Very active, and he had just been made a member of the Whitney Bank board.
Oh, really?
He had been on the Hancock board, but then Hancock in Louisiana, the Whitney is going to be the surviving name that we're going to see, although it's owned by Hancock.
Dr. Kerry Thibodeau, when you go see your doctor and he says it's time for surgery, you can choose who your surgeon is. Ask for Dr. Kerry Thibodeau, board certified general surgeon, been in business in Annapolis, must be close to 25 years now, wound care expert. He can handle any kind of treatments. If you've had any kind of problems from prior surgeries, maybe you've had some sort of injury lately, perhaps it's a diabetic type issue where you haven't that problem just healing at the extremities. He can help you with all that, from everything from hyperbaric treatments, not intrusive at all, from skin grafts. He can do it all. He also does vascular surgery, including varicose veins type work. Whatever you need for surgery, Dr. Kerry Thibodeau can help you. And one more sponsor, Quarters Casino. Almost knocked the coffee over. Quarters Casino. Chevron gasoline at the Quarters. Crispy, crunchy chicken inside. 24/7, they're open. You can go in the Quarters Casino and you can do gaming and have a good time. And there's all kind of machines with all kind of payouts.
Pass a good time.
Constantly doing drawings and everything to help you win more money. They got Pico de Gallo, authentic Mexican cuisine, open there. And if you have a meal, you get 2-for-1 margaritas from real margaritas. Go by Quarters Casino.
Another person who died, I was very well known with Gene Prudhomme from Lawtell.
Yeah.
Gene was a very active member of his community. He was a former police juror. He helped organize the Lawtell Little League. In fact, they named the park after him and surprised him when they did that.
And Lawtell Community Grocery, the little store he had for years.
Lawtell Community Grocery, 50 years he was there. And it just recently, I think, closed. Tough to make it in these little grocery stores in these smaller communities. Very active hunting, fishing. He was, of course, an elk member, Woodman of the World, Knights of Columbus. Just I was able to go and visit, and I met Gary, the son, and I didn't see either of his daughters there, Paula and Carla. I didn't get to see them, and Alita. Didn't get to see them, but again, my very deepest of sympathies, and the Lawtell community, of course, has lost a good, strong person who was very, very much a part of seeing that things positive happened.
The Charles and Antonia Lilly Memorial Scholarship still going on, $1,000 scholarship given by the Knights of Columbus Council, 1173. Your deadline's April 30th. You got to be a high school senior in St. Leonard Parish. Call Ken Thibodeau, 942-2736.
Another icon died in Lafayette. You remember Mr. Michaud, Louis Michaud died about 3 weeks ago. And Reverend Perry Sanders, he was the leader of the First Baptist Church in downtown Lafayette for approximately 50 years.
And just when he thought he could let it roll, the building had burnt, if you remember.
That's correct.
And had to rebuild a huge operation.
Right, and
put him on the right foot.
Kendall Broussard, my partner in Timeline Builders, went in and finished that project and has a real beautiful letter of recommendation from Reverend Barry Sanders. I remember that when we were talking about the foundation, the beginning of Timeline Builders, and that was one of his last projects. He was working at the time for Lemoyne Companies, of course, a well-known firm with its root in Avals Parish. A lot of construction companies that went on to be very successful, like MD Descant. Don Pat's father started that company, or maybe his grandfather did. And of course, in Lemoyne Company, their father had started his company over in Avals Parish.
How about this? We got...
And anyhow, Reverend Perry Sanders was very well respected by the congregations of all the churches. He worked closely to spread the word of Jesus, and it doesn't have to be in any one particular church as long as we're speaking of the Jesus that we
good message for Easter.
Good message for Easter.
We got, you always hear about some of the bad news. How about some good news at St. Andrew Parish School Board? In the school board parking lot, Wednesday, April the 11th, is going to be the Career and Technical Education Tailgating Party. Go by and meet all the kids in all the career and technical education classes. They'll be showing the things that they've worked on as students. Some of the things they'll be out there with, they'll be selling even. Picnic tables, outdoor furniture, barbecue pits, grills, metal art plants, and etc. from all the different things, from the FFA, FBLA, Skills USA, FCCLA, all those guys will all be out there. That's April 11th, 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. at St. Leonard Parish School Board.
Boiled crawfish, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and it opens at 4 p.m. And I'm speaking of boiled crawfish at Indian Hills Country Club in the little swimming pool house there, and really got it fixed up nice. Daughter Leanne and her husband Dean Balera are the owners of it, and they're really doing well. The crawfish are delicious, and the area you sit out there and you next to the swimming pool, and that'll be opening up real soon. And anyhow, go out and help them. Also, the Indian Hills Country Club is soon going to be coming up with their St. Jude's Children Research Golf Tournament that they host annually. On a Friday night, you'll have flights and pairing and Calcuttas, and then Saturday and Sunday, the individuals will be playing the game. And of course, also Indian Hills on April 16th, and that's a Monday, at 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. you're going to have the flights starting up at Indian Hills Country Club, and that's Earl Taylor's classic golf tournament that he holds every year. The
district attorney in St. Leonard Parish.
In St. Leonard Parish, and he in turn uses the funds raised to assist various needy groups here in our community. And do we have another one? Maybe?
Nope, we just passed the sheriff's one.
Oh, no, there was
you
one
got the
more.
St. Jude's one.
Well, that's it. Well, I did the St. Jude. That's Indian Hills. On the Opelousas General Hospital is having theirs this Monday. Their fundraiser golf tournament at Indian Hills Country Club is this Monday. I have it here somewhere, but I remember it from
Go by,
memory.
call the general for more info.
That's correct. That's their annual fundraiser for their foundation.
Art Mania is coming up in Washington at the Old Washington Schoolhouse, April 21st and 22nd. It's a 2-day weekend. Blacksmiths will be doing their thing. It's sort of an extension of Pyromania. 2D artists will be there doing paintings and artwork. 3D artists making pottery and sculptures and wind chimes. It'll be 2 days. All the booth fees and a bunch of the money is going to be given to St. Jude's as well. If you want to have your own booth there, it's only $20 is the charge. You can call 237-5977 for more info.
That's Opelousas General right here.
There it is. You got it.
6th annual golf tournament.
Monday, April the 2nd.
And what about these beautiful turkeys that our friend, and he's not a turkey, he's a friend, Philip Cresswell from Opelousas by way. Now he lives
big turkeys.
Made his home in Eunice. 3 beautiful turkeys. Go ahead, young man.
Your prayer book.
Can you? How many days did it take you to do that?
You got to sneak up on them turkeys too. They're clever.
I have a little saying here that's very apropos. And Jim Lopez received that as a closing on one of the emails, and I thought it was very interesting. If you're not willing to sign it, then don't say it. Very, very good advice to all of us. And our thought for today is, Eternal God, I thank you for the gift to choose. Help me to make the right choice. This weekend, as every weekend, Andrew and I ask you to consider attending the church of your choice. And of course, Easter Sunday is the biggest attendance. Possibly Christmas would be close. But there's such beautiful weather at this time of the year, Easter Sunday, and that's true with all the churches. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thanks for viewing. Tell a friend.